Welcome everyone. In the last class we have studied pteridophyta. Now we will move to another one, that is gymnosperms. Gymnosperms. In the word gymnos means naked. Gymnos means naked and sperms is seeds. Here in gymnosperms, these are the plants which produce seeds. These are the plants which produce seeds, but these seeds are naked. But the seeds are naked. That means they are not enclosed in the fruit. That is, they are not enclosed in the ovary wall. They are not enclosed in ovary. The seeds are naked before fertilization as well as the seeds are naked. Even after fertilization, the seeds are naked. They are not enclosed in ovary. So that is why they are called as gymnosperms. The plants where seeds are produced but they are naked, where they are not enclosed in the protection of ovary. They are exposed. The seeds are exposed. Now coming to this, the gymnosperms are embryophytic. That is, the zygote changes into embryo, and they are tracheophytic. That is, the vascular system is very well developed. Vascular system is very well developed. We have xylem and phloem which transport water and food from one place to another place. These gymnosperms, that is, the plants are of different varieties here. That is, the plants are of different sizes. Shrubs are also there, trees are also there. Small plants are also there, bigger, larger trees are also there. So if the trees are larger, then that means they will be having proper vascular system. Proper vascular system is present. Xylem and phloem is present. Then only that there will be, that is, the plants will be of larger height. So trees are also present, shrubs are also present in gymnosperms. Here this are species of plant, that is giant redwood tree, that is sequoia. It is the tallest, it is one of the tallest plant in gymnosperms. It is one of the tallest plant. Here Ginkgia, it is a plant, it is a living fossil. It is a living fossil. So as they are tall trees, that means the root system should also be well developed. The root system should also be well developed. So the roots are the only, that is, parts which are supporting the plant, which are fixing the plant to the soil. So that means if the trees are tall, the roots should be properly developed. So here roots are there. Which type of roots we found here? Tap roots. Because tap roots will be inside, that is, they will be holding the root inside the soil, and there will be branches will also be there. So tap roots will be there. It will be spread to a larger distance so that they can hold the plant properly. And in some plants, there is association of higher plants with fungus. In some plants, there shows association with fungus, that is called as mycorrhizae, that is association plants, higher plants in association with fungus. In association with fungus. So this association can be seen in pinus plant. In pinus plant, there is association of higher roots, that is roots of pinus plants with fungus. Fungus provides the mineral nutrients which is required by the plants, and the plant will provide food to the fungus. The plant will provide food and fungus to the plant will provide food and shelter to the fungus. The fungus will provide the nutrients, and this mycorrhizae, they also increase surface area, absorption area. They also increase surface area of the roots. If the surface area is increased, the absorption will also be increased. If the absorption is increased, means more water and more minerals will be absorbed by the roots and given to the plants. Then we have also, that is, coralloid roots are also present. Mycorrhizae is seen in some plants and in few plants, for example cycas. Here we see coralloid roots. Now in these roots, in the roots of these plants, there are nitrogen fixing bacteria. We have seen cyanobacteria. We have seen the example of cyanobacteria in the second lesson. Cyanobacteria, these bacteria will have special cells called as heterocysts. So those cells will be helping in nitrogen fixation. So in this type now, in the roots of the cycas plants, there will be that is the cyanobacteria will be taking the shelter, and that cyanobacteria will be converting the atmospheric nitrogen. It will convert atmospheric nitrogen into useful compounds which can be utilized by the plants. So cycas shows coralloid roots, that is in association, the roots which will be in association with cyanobacteria, which will be helping in nitrogen fixation. Now coming to the stem, in some plants the stems are branched, and in some plants the stems are unbranched. In pinus the stems are branched, and in cycas the stem is unbranched. For example, this is like this. Now coming to the leaves are simple as well. In few plants the leaves are simple, and in few plants the leaves are compound leaves. Simple means here this just simple leaf. Here we have this simple leaf without any incisions. Compound leaf, it is like this. On a single rachis we find leaflets. So this type of leaf is called as compound leaf, and this is the simple leaf. So in gymnosperms, few plants will show simple leaves and few plants will show compound leaves. In cycas the leaves are pinnate. Here we find, that is in conifers we have needle-like leaves. In gymnosperms the leaves are well adapted to withstand very harsh conditions. Even in very high temperature or in very cold temperature, these plants will be able to withstand. How? Because these leaves are, that is the exposure of the leaf is very less, exposed area of leaf is very less. The leaves are needle-like. So the surface area is less. So when the surface area is less now, here it reduces transpiration. Loss of water will be reduced, because in order to survive in harsh conditions, in very cold climate or in very high temperature, water is the availability of water. In very cold conditions the water will become changed into ice, and in high temperatures the water will evaporate. So the plant need water in the liquid state. So to store that water, the leaves are adapted, the leaves are modified in needle-like resemblance. Here, and the cuticle on the needle-like surface leaves, now there will be thick cuticle. The cuticle is nothing but waxy layer, thick waxy layer will be there. So because of that waxy layer, the transpiration will be reduced, and instead of stomata on the upper side, the stomata will be sunken in the depths of the leaf. The stomata will be deep, they will not be on the upper surface. So these are the three various adaptations these plants have undergone in order to survive this very extreme temperature, wind and humidity. Now vascular bundles are collateral, open. For example, here this is the vascular bundle. Here this will be conjoined, that is here we will be having phloem, here will be having xylem, and here this will be cambium. So this is, if presence of cambium means it is open to secondary growth. So secondary growth can be seen in these plants. So that is the vascular bundles are conjoined, that is phloem and xylem are present in the same bundle, and in between this we have cambium. Because of the cambium, secondary growth can be seen. So, and in this xylem, vessels are absent. In the xylem, vessels are absent, and in phloem, companion cells are absent. In phloem, companion cells are absent, and in xylem, vessels are absent. So, in angiosperms, vessels will be seen, and in angiosperms, companion cells will be seen. Whereas in gymnosperms, in the xylem, vessels are absent, and in phloem, companion cells are absent. Now coming to the gymnospermic plants are heterosporous, that is, they produce two types of spores. They produce two types of spores, microspores and megaspores. Microspores and megaspores, and these spores are produced in sporangia. These spores are produced in sporangia, and the sporangia are present on sporophylls, on the leaves. The leaves where spores are produced, those leaves are called as sporophylls. Inside the leaves, structures called sporangia are present. These sporangia will be producing spores, which are of two types, microspores and megaspore or macrospores. So, here they will be arranged spirally along axis and they form cones. So, the leaves will be combined, they will make a compact structure. The leaves which will be having sporophylls now, they will make a compact structure. This is called as strobili. This is called as strobili. At the end of this axis, this is the axis or the stem. Here at the end of this now, we have this male cones. We have the male cones. The leaves will be joining together to form a cone-like structure, which is called as strobili. Here, male and female gametophyte does not have free existence. That is, the gametophyte is not photosynthetic. They will not survive on its own. This gametophyte will be on the sporophyte itself. It will not be separate. It will not get separated. Gametophyte will not get separated from the sporophyte. What is sporophyte? Gametophyte we have already seen in the previous classes. In bryophytes and pteridophytes we have already seen. So, they does not have free existence. They are dependent on the sporophytic plant body. Here, pollination is direct. It is anemophilous, that is through wind. Pollination is through wind. Here we have in this gymnosperms, it is divided into three classes. One is Cycadopsida, another is Genetopsida, and the third is Coniferopsida. Here this gymnosperms are divided into three classes. How this reproduction takes place, how these gametophytes are formed and all, we will see. We will see a comparative account when we discuss the lesson morphology, or when we discuss the lesson reproduction in angiosperms. So, there we will discuss the reproduction, how reproduction will be taking place in angiosperms, how gametes are formed, okay, how gametophytes are formed. There, when we compare it at the time, we will also see how the gametophytes will be formed in gymnosperms. So, this we will see at the time when we discuss about the reproduction in angiosperms. We will study a comparative account there. Now, here gymnosperms, those are the plants which produce seeds which are not enclosed inside the ovary. So, the plants are well differentiated, they have proper roots, taproot system is there, they have stem, some plants have branch stem and some have unbranched stem, and the leaves are there. The leaves are simple or compound, and here they are able to withstand, they are adapted in such conditions that they are able to withstand very harsh temperatures. Here these leaves will be producing spores, and the spores are of two types, microspores and megaspores. Then here pollination here is direct, it is anemophilous. And this gymnosperm is further divided into three classes: Cycadopsida, Genitopsida and Coniferopsida. Next we will see angiosperms, the introduction of angiosperms.